welcome to your weekly messages. We'll be taking a look at the Witch Runes, the Gypsy Witch Fortune Telling cards, as well as the Everyday Witch Tarot Mini to find out what messages come out for you. I'm going to try to keep these as short as possible, like 5 to 8 minutes, just to see what we can get quickly. Yeah, so check your sun, moon, and rising to get the full picture of what your week ahead is going to entail. Hello Aries, let's go ahead and check your weekly messages to find out what comes out for you. We're pulling from the Witch Runes, and we'll get a few of those. We'll get a few of the Gypsy Witch cards, and then we'll get a few of the Everyday Witch Tarot cards to see what messages come out for you. Put this like right there. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to do this quickly. And also, check your moon and rising to get the fuller picture. Let's go ahead and... we've got the woman, so feminine energy. Then we've got the harvest, interesting, and then we've got the man. So masculine and feminine energy, there's a nice little balance between the two. So the feminine energy is more about like the home and nurturing and abundance and self-care. Think of the Empress. That's exactly what the woman is about. The masculine is the opposite. It's more like the Emperor. So it's like taking charge and being courageous and having that inner strength and being confident. And so I see you balancing out the two of these this week. In the center, we do have the harvest, and that's exactly what you might think a harvest would be. It'd be about reaping the rewards, reaping the fruits of your labor. I think about sometimes with this rune, I think like the Seven of Pentacles, because it's all about like rewards, good fortune. It can be you just receiving like good karma in general, or having some sort of abundance that's coming in. I think here, once you balance out these energies, that's when it's going to come in. I think you're going to be working on that this week, Aries. Let's get a few messages for you. Let's see what is happening this week for Aries spirit. What is happening? There we go. For Aries. So, first up, we've got number 24, hand in hand. This is like some sort of business deal. This will be, you could be confiding in someone this week about something. Maybe you've been keeping something private and you want to let them know. But this can also talk about being with someone in a romantic way, because you can see the hands are actually masculine and feminine energy. Again, same as the runes. It's mimicking those. So there's something here about you can have financial success. Like if it's a business deal, it could be meeting a new friend, or just shaking hands on anything. Could be like meeting someone new, a business deal going through, signing a contract, and something works out in your favor. It's like shake on it. Next up, we've got the house. So some of you are buying a new home. It's weird because when I was looking at this, I was thinking like if you're buying or signing a lease on an apartment or buying a new home, at the end, you're going to be shaking hands, basically like, thanks for your help with your realtor or with the leasing agent or the broker or whoever. So there's something here about you being able to afford a property, get a new lease. Maybe you are being pre-approved for a mortgage with that harvest. But whatever it is, this is going to be happy and prosperous location for you. And then we've got number 44 with the broken glass. So what I'm seeing with this, you could have had a lot of what felt like bad luck, I'm going to be honest, for a long time. And I feel like you didn't think things were going to turn around. And this is going to be the week that they start turning around for you. Okay? Because you have such great cards that when something like this comes out, this is like an Eight of Pentacles energy. Again, working hard towards something, some sort of goal with your dream. And you're finally seeing that realized this week. So, and again, with that harvest and something like the Eight of Pentacles here, it reminds me of like the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, waiting a long time to receive something, and finally that good karma hits, right? Tell me more, Spirit, about what's happening for Aries this week. If you're not moving into a new apartment or buying a new property, a new home, this could just be you building some sort of solid foundation. And again, it could be a business, but for others of you, it is the purchase of new property. It's building some sort of stable foundation. You're feeling like you just weren't gonna get whatever it was that you wanted. For others of you, because the masculine and feminine energy is here, it's like you and your partner could be purchasing a property together or moving in together. We've got the Lovers, Gemini energy, as I say that, with the masculine, feminine, and then the hand in hand. We got King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. Yep. Reaping that harvest. And then Page of Cups. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. So again, there's something here about really focusing on your finances, that stable foundation, which is all about what the King of Pentacles is. Again, look at this. Hand in hand and hand in hand. It's like you and another person are building this solid foundation together, or you're signing some sort of paperwork where it's like a business, legally binding business contract deal of some sort. This is something with the Page of Cups you've been dreaming about for a long time, and you're finally seeing something new start with that, because pages are, you know, brand new energy. It's like, finally I'm getting started on this thing that I really love, or that I've been looking forward to. So that's what I'm seeing for your week ahead, Aries. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture. And if you enjoyed this, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly messages. Let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to get some witch runes and find out what's happening this week for you. We'll be getting a few of those for you. And then we will get the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards. We're going to get some Everyday Witch Tarot mini cards. And yeah, we'll just find out what's going on. So the first witch rune we have here is the Rings. So this is all about connections, or making connections, bonds formed, friendships, partnerships, interacting with others, being social. Can also be like, for some, it could be like letting go of another person and forming a bond with the new person, because you've got the main ring, which would be you, and then the two smaller ones. So that could be, it could be like you're saying goodbye to, maybe some of you are moving, you're saying goodbye to a family member, and you feel like, you know, if you're moving out of the house or something like that. Or you could be letting go of an old friend who wasn't, you know, an actual friend, could have been a frenemy. You could be breaking up with someone, and even if you aren't with someone in a relationship, it could be like someone you've been dating and something was just off about it, right? So that basically just means that you're letting go of something. Interestingly, we have this side coming out with that. After I was just talking about possibly letting someone or something go, it's like a releasing, a cutting away. Whatever's not serving you, you're saying goodbye to, okay? And then we've got the masculine energy. Or it's technically the man, but I say the masculine energy, which is like Emperor energy. So that's all about taking action, being courageous, yeah, being confident in whatever decision you choose to make. So, yeah, it feels like you're letting go of something this week, Taurus. Now, what that is, it's going to be different for everybody. But it definitely feels like it's some sort of connection, or something you're connected to. Like, you know, if you've been living in the same location your whole life and you decide to move to a new city, you're saying goodbye to that old connection, right? Tell me more about Taurus's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me more about Taurus's week ahead. Okay. So, nice. First up, we've got the Clover, which of course is a sign of good luck. Then we've got the feminine energy. Interesting, you've got masculine and feminine energy here. And then we've got the moon. Okay? So you could be meeting a feminine energy. I'll just say you could be meeting a woman, you could be meeting someone in their feminine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy, so take whatever resonates for you. Clover here talks about good luck, good fortune. It's about a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, things turning around. Maybe once you let whatever this is go, that's when you have somebody else coming in or something else coming in for you. Okay? Now, for some of you, this could be like a job. Like a job wasn't paying you what they should be paying you. They didn't respect you, right? So you let go of that old job and you got a new job, and the new job is great. It's the one that brings you a lot of abundance, and you've been a lot happier, or you're about to be a lot happier. For others of you, like I said, if you were dating someone, the old person, not your person. You know, deep down that person doesn't really do anything for you. You let them go, you got that new person coming in. Okay, those are just some examples. When the moon is here, this is also a good omen. So these two together with the clover and the moon, it's a sign of good luck and good fortune. Again, this is abundance, success, happiness, good luck. This one predicts actual fortune. So it's not quite the same as the moon card in tarot. But what I see is that you do have someone coming in, or you've already met someone new, or you're going to be dealing with someone new. Maybe you have a female boss or a boss who's in feminine energy. That's what I'm seeing. Okay? So tell me more about Taurus's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me more about Taurus's week ahead. What they need to know. One more, please. All right. So we've got 7 of Swords. Interesting. Then we've got the 2 of Pentacles. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. So this is interesting because, you know, I was saying a lot of you could be like letting a job go, letting a person go. I feel like you're keeping this to yourself. You're being strategic about what you want to release, what you want to scythe out of your life, cut out of your life. And you're not telling anyone, okay? You're going back and forth with this 2 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords. It's like, I gotta keep this to myself. I gotta keep it a bit of a secret, which is interesting. So I was just talking about the moon card. We got the moon here, but it's not the same. But the moon in tarot talks about something that's hidden, something that's secretive. So there is that secretive energy with these 7 of Swords, and then the 2 of Pentacles is like juggling back and forth. Again, if this is like a job, for instance, maybe you had already applied to another job before you quit your main job, and you didn't tell them, so you were kind of going back and forth with that. For others of you, I told you, we've got the 2 Wands here, the 2 Links, and we got the 2 Pentacles here. So you could have been hanging on to a person you were dating, and you've got a new person coming in, right? We've got both masculine and feminine energy here, and you're juggling. And you're like, okay, I've got to pick one or the other. Somebody's got to go. Using that scythe energy just to cut them out. And the Queen of Pentacles, of course, talks about the abundance, the success, the good luck, the good fortune. It's all a good omen, really, for your finances this week, Taurus. I'm seeing you sitting pretty, sitting very solid and stable in your decision, whatever that is, however it applies to you. So those are the messages I see for you for this week. Please check your moon and rising sign as well to get the fuller picture. But let me know in the comments below how this resonated. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, Gemini. Let's go ahead and jump right into your witch rune reading for the week. Let's see what runes come out for you. And then we'll be pulling from the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards and the Everyday Witch Tarot mini cards. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, so we've got the Crossroads. Okay, then we've got the Romance. All right, and then we've got the Moon. I'm getting an interesting message with this, Gemini. For some of you, you could be at a crossroads in your love life with a relationship, a marriage, something, some sort of commitment here. It doesn't have to be a commitment, it could just be dating, but there's something here where you're at a crossroads and you need to make a decision about some sort of romantic connection. With the moon here, this is very similar to the moon in tarot. So it's like secrets being kept, something's being hidden, some sort of hidden agenda. Can talk about the woman in your life because the moon is the mother in astrology. Moon representing emotions and feminine energy. So this can talk about like transitioning from one thing to another or some sort of long-term change. I feel like with the crossroads here, you've been feeling stuck about something or you are about to make a major life decision. Now that's going to be different for everybody, but you could have a bit of a fear with the moon and the crossroads here about proceeding along the path that you're on, okay? There's something about, this can talk about fear of change, but with the moon here and something like this is the emotions, or like you're keeping emotions hidden, it feels like. And this could be from a partner because of the romance rune here. It's like, because this can also talk about deep emotions. There's something here, we'll get more information from the cards, but there's something here about you're unsure if you want to proceed forward with something, you're unsure how the relationship's going to pan out, you're unsure whether dating this person, this connection is going to work, even if it's not a romantic connection, even though we have this here, okay? This could be close friendships as well. Any sort of partnerships, relationships. There's something here where it's like you feel as if you can't be honest with someone, or you're having to keep something hidden or secret from like a partner or from other people in your life that you're close to. This is interesting. For others of you, you could be secretly engaged, because this can talk about like marriage is on the way or marriage is coming. And if you're at a crossroads for a major life decision and you're keeping something hidden involving romance, you know, it could be an actual engagement. It could be that you went and eloped, or you're thinking about eloping, and you have not told anyone. It can be a number of things, I mean, really. But there's something here where there are some secrets at play. I hope it's not somebody keeping a third party hidden. We'll see what Tarot and Gypsy Witch Oracle cards say. But yeah, there's something here about being quiet. Tell me more about Gemini's week ahead, Spirit. And again, if this is not romance related, you're not in a relationship, you're already married, you don't care about any of that, something along those lines, then this can just talk about like business partnerships. Maybe like you started a new partnership, maybe you started a new job, you haven't told anybody, but something is definitely changing here. Some of you could be going back to school, changing careers, you haven't told anyone. Let's say, for instance, you were, you know, going down this path, you had a decent career, and you decide that's not what you want to do. You don't feel comfortable in that position or that role. You need something different, something that makes you happy, right? And you decide to change your career, but you haven't told anybody about that. That could be another instance, okay? Because the romance can talk about partnerships, and this is a major life decision. Okay. So, first up, we've got number 37, the rapier, which can talk about, like, I always think of like dueling nature. It can talk about, how can I put this? Because I don't want it to be like violence or anything like that. It can talk about aggression or arguments, fights. Like, because you think about duels, like people would wield these during duels, right? When they're fighting. And it can talk about like somebody threatening you, or a threat occurring sooner or later. It's basically a warning against assault. Yeah, it's not the best card. Maybe that's why you're keeping quiet. Maybe there are people in your life who will verbally assault you. Let's put it that way, because these are swords energy. Swords is like verbal, like intelligent, mental, right? They might try to verbally abuse you, if you tell them that you are leaving someone, leaving a job, moving to a different location, something like that. You don't want to deal with that, right? So there's something here about there's a threat, and it could turn into something that's not that great. Some sort of fight or something. But yeah, that is coming through. Next up, we've got number 49, the eye. Okay. So there is something here about people watching you. Could be friends, could be a significant other, could be family members, could be co-workers, a boss. But it's talking about people taking a keen interest in what you're doing. Now, this could also be on social media. So that could be, again, why you're trying to keep some sort of secret. Number 17, we've got the fish. So the fish is actually a good sign. It can talk about riches, but it can specifically riches through stocks, the stock market. But there's something here about, interesting, you got 2 4s, I just noticed. There's something here about keeping your mouth shut. I don't know what this is, Gemini. Only you know what this is. I'm hoping this is resonating. It feels very specific, though. I feel like you're going to rest easy, though, after whatever this transition is, or whatever this move is that you're trying to make. I feel like for a long time you've been feeling stuck or stagnant in some sort of energy, and that's why you're at that crossroads. And you're just ready to move forward. You're ready to move on. Tell me more about Gemini's week ahead, Spirit. Okay, that's quick. Alright, we've got 7 of Cups. We've got the 8 of Wands. And we've got the Hangman, Pisces energy. Okay, so I was just talking about being stuck. Yeah, you've got options. This is sort of a daydreamy, in your head energy, which is unsurprising since you're a Gemini. But this just feels to me like you've been thinking about this for a long time. You've been thinking about the switch up, this major change in your life. I feel like you have options with the 7 of Cups. This is like, okay, I could be doing this, or I could be doing that, or I could go, again, the crossroads energy. It's like I have all these different directions. You can see it's not just 2 different paths, it's 4, you know? So you could have up to 7 different things you want to do, or 7 different directions you want to go in. I feel like whatever is going on, there's a bit of chaos behind the scenes. You can see in this 8 of Wands, she's got a tornado behind her, and she's pretty, I mean, look at her face. She's not excited about this. She's pretty frantic. So for a lot of you, there's just fast movement, lots of communication, messages, something happening behind the scenes it's throwing your life into almost like a tower moment, and people are watching you because of this. The Hangman is you trying to see things from a different perspective, or trying to get other people to see things from a different perspective. But if this is you overall trying to be objective and saying, how is this going to benefit my life in the long run with whatever direction I choose over the other options, how's it going to play out? Is it going to be the best thing I could possibly do for myself? Or, you know, is it gonna cause me more problems? And I think that's the dilemma you're left with this week, Gemini. So good luck to you. Those are the messages I have for you. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture of this week's messages. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading. Let's see what messages come out for you. I'm going to be pulling 3 of the witch runes. We're going to be getting some Gypsy Witch fortune-telling cards, and then some of the Everyday Witch Tarot cards. Okay. Oh, wow. It's going to be an amazing week for you, Cancer. Let me get these set up really quick. Put that right there. Okay. So the first rune we've got is the Flight. All right. The second one is the Star. And the third is the Sun. The Star and the Sun are very similar to like the Star and the Sun card in tarot. The Flight, I always think about air energy. I think about birds. I think about communication, fast forward movement, kind of like 8 of Wands energy. Okay. So this can be about traveling. This can be about like social media, networking, word of mouth, right? Lots of communication going on. There's a lot of talking. You can talk about the news. So some of you could be on the news. Some of you could be going viral on social media. Whatever it is, it's got people talking, okay? With the star here, and like I said, exactly like the tarot. So this can be like getting a green light on something, seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, having that faith in whatever it is you're doing that it's going to work out for you. And basically it's a happy ending that you're going to be getting. It's like you've had this hope and this faith that everything's going to work out, that your dreams are going to come true, and this is you achieving your dreams, essentially. The sun, happiness, okay? Making a good decision. It'd be like success and being in good health. Can be like the start of something new as well, or hearing good news. This could be because of the flight and the sun here. With the word of mouth, with social media, with the news, it can be actually hearing good news. So it's basically just a positive end. If you've been feeling like, this could be a positive end to something new, I should say. If you've been feeling like something hasn't been working out, you've been working really hard at something and it's just not coming to fruition the way you want it to, let's put it that way, then this could be the week where everything falls into place, where you get the green light, where you have that success and that happiness. It's like you could also be in the spotlight with the star, the sun, and the flight, you know? Something having to do with going viral or being in the news and the media somehow. Let's get some more messages. Tell me more about Cancer's week ahead, Spirit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. We've got the number 38, the flames. Okay. Then we've got number 44, the broken glass. And then we've got number 33, the clover. Okay. So, this is what I was talking about just a second ago before I was shuffling. Where it feels like, you know, if you believe that something you've been doing hasn't been working out for you, or you feel like it's been an uphill battle, some sort of struggle. The broken glass talks about like you feeling like you've had bad luck, okay? Or you feel like that bad luck's going to continue, but that's not what I'm seeing because of the surrounding runes and the cards, okay? As a matter of fact, the flames here can talk about good fortune, but this card specifically neutralizes any bad cards around it. So that's the crazy part. So you got the bad card basically right here. This is like neutralized. So there's essentially, this one is pointless because it's no longer an unlucky card. Which makes me think this is just how you've been feeling, and that's why it's coming through. Like, because this 8 of diamonds here is actually like 8 of pentacles. That's honing in on some talent, skill, or ability that you're really good at. You've been working hard on something, putting your nose to the grindstone, and you're not seeing the results that you want, okay? But again, it's changing this week. So yeah, flames, good fortune, and feeling lucky. This can also emphasize any lucky cards around it, okay? And here we go. We got the clover. I mean, what better card to symbolize luck and good tidings and abundance and success? There it is, okay? It's interesting that came out right below the sun, which is also talking about good luck and success and happiness and all that. So basically, it just seems like you're going to have a week where everything's going to pan out better than you thought it would. You've been holding out for, it's like holding out hope because of the star here, right? Holding out hope that something would change, that you would get your big break. And here it is. Tell me more, Spirit, about Cancer's week ahead. Tell me about Cancer's week ahead, please, Spirit. Tell me about Cancer's week ahead. One more, please. Some of you, side note, could be actually finding like a clover or 4-leaf clover. So first up, we've got the High Priestess. Technically, this is your energy, but I also read it as Pisces energy because I see Pisces as pretty spiritual. So there's that. Then we've got the King of Swords, Aquarius energy. And then we've got the King of Wands, Leo energy. So this could be masculine energies you're dealing with. This could also just be you stepping into your power, Cancer, because the High Priestess is like a deep inner knowing. Like you trusted your intuition. You had that, kind of like with the Star and the High Priestess, you had that deep inner knowing that something eventually would change. You kept the faith, you had that hope, and then it's going to. Some of you could have actually visited a tarot reader, had a reading done, because she does have the cards and crystal ball and stuff out, and she's got the runes. Look at you. Bit of an inception here, isn't it? And then King of Swords would be like you being more logical about things. Like maybe you've been in your head a bit saying, I don't know, will it happen? Because this is right underneath the broken glass. So it's like kind of that cold, logical mindset where it's like, I don't know if this is actually going to work out. I don't know if I'm ever going to get my manifestations, if I'm going to reach the point where I am going to be seen and heard the way I want to be seen and heard. But I feel like that is coming to an end because we've got the King of Wands here, which is all about stepping into the spotlight, being creative, and being a leader, okay? Like having that confidence. Leos are very confident. They're like the CEOs, them and Capricorn, CEOs of the zodiac. So I always see them as, you know, stepping up and not being afraid to put themselves out there. So again, we go back to the social media, we go back to like the news, something maybe going viral, something where you have to put yourself out there and be seen, and then it blows up, you know? There's something along those lines that's happening for you this week, Cancer. So those are your messages. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign to get a fuller picture of this week ahead and what's going to happen for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, Leo. Let's go ahead and jump right into your weekly messages. We'll be pulling 3 of these witch runes, 3 of the Gypsy Witch Oracle deck cards, and then 3 of the Everyday Witch Tarot Mini. So let's go ahead and get the ball rolling here. Be sure to check your moon and your rising sign. There we go. To get the fuller picture about what is happening for you this week, push that over here. Okay, so first up we've got the harvest, and then we've got I call this blank rune the void or the unknown. It's like a mixture of the moon, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. So let's see what the last one is. Oh wow, Cancer just had this. So we've got the Star. Interesting. Okay, so the harvest is exactly what you'd probably imagine. It makes me think of like 7 of Pentacles energy, where you put in a lot of hard work and eventually you reap the rewards, the fruits of your labor, right? This is going to be the week that you reap rewards somehow, some way. Okay, so this is a sign of like, it could be self-employment, good fortune, just receiving good karma in general, in abundance. So you're seeing everything turn around for you this week, Leo. With the void rune or the unknown, this is a card. This is a rune where it's basically like no matter what, things are still going to be moving forward, and for better or worse. Again, Wheel of Fortune energy, but you've been manifesting some sort of new beginning, or maybe it's manifesting seeing the results of your hard work pay off. And then on top of that, with the moon energy, it's like it's been kept hidden from you. You may not have seen any progress, or it may have felt like at times that things just weren't shifting around the way you wanted them to. This is going to be the week that changes. The Star. Much like the Star card in tarot, this talks about getting a green light, okay? Seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, a wish is coming true, a goal or a dream is being realized. Basically, you're about to get a happy ending. Like, I just see you achieving some sort of goal, wish, or dream. Or it's finally coming through, like, with your manifestation. Yeah, and that could be anything for anybody, honestly. But it just feels like you've been waiting for a while for this to happen, Leo. And it's finally happening. and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But you never lost faith or hope in your manifestation abilities or in yourself, or that the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, would actually provide this for you. Tell me more about Leo's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me about Leo's week ahead, Spirit. What's happening for Leo this week? Okay. So, we've got number 52, the Shepherd. We've got number 6, the Coffin. There's that ending. Number 7, Bouquet of Flowers. Yeah. Okay. I just said, whatever it is that you've been waiting on, it's coming through, right? I also said that there's going to be an end to something. With that Coffin here, kind of like the Death card in Tarot, it's like something is ending so something new can begin. Okay? And it's going to be a happy ending. That's the thing. With the surrounding cards and runes, that's a happy ending. I know it's kind of freaky to say, oh, it's the Death card, it's a coffin, but I am seeing that. So with the Shepherd, there is a message here about you just being much happier. Okay? Shepherd can talk about like a love of life and having really good feelings and just, you know, kind of being in your feels. That's what it is. And then with the Bouquet of Flowers, this is just like a long and happy life. So, I mean, there's just something here about finally things are paying off. Finally you're seeing, this is literally the 10 of Cups energy. You're getting exactly what you wanted. And it's because you were patient. It's because you kept envisioning and manifesting that goal, wish, or dream, and now it's happening for you, finally. I also see that some of you, there could be somebody who is jealous, shocker, of your success, because this Coffin card can also talk about like averting evil. I hate putting that out there, but it is coming through, and putting an end to it. All right, like somebody who would love to have what you have. I'm also seeing with the flowers here that there could be some fame involved. It's interesting that came out underneath the star, because I think about like somebody being in the spotlight. That's right up your right up your alley, Leo. Okay, so let's get one more card. What's happening for Leo this week? Spirit. Okay, we got Temperance, Sagittarius energy. The Tower, Aries, Scorpio energy. And then Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. Okay. So yeah, it's like things, there's that ending. I love this. The Coffin with the Tower, things had to be torn down. Whatever way you thought something might be going, it ended up turning out a different way. You can see she's actually happy about this. Look at her face. She's like, yep, I did that. So I feel like this isn't a bad tower at all. I feel like this is just an ending that needed to happen. I feel like you're going to feel more zen. Again, we got the Shepherd and Temperance. So the Shepherd's talking about an intense love of life. And here you are just totally zen. Like, yes, I do love life right now. I'm feeling great. Everything is balanced in my life. I'm good. But I also feel like you're ready to charge forward and move ahead. Knight of Swords is fast-moving energy. So again, this is going to be coming in quickly. This isn't going to be happening gradually. I feel like you've waited long enough and you're going to be finally seeing the results of all your hard work and receiving the fruits of your labor this week, Leo. So those are the messages I have for you. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign to get the fuller picture of what's happening for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, Virgo. Let's go ahead and jump right in and get your witch runes. And then we will also pull, we'll get 3 of these and pull 3 of the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards. And 3 of the everyday Witch Tarot mini cards. Okay, put that right there. So first up, we've got the Scythe. Then we've got the Crossroads. Interesting. And then we've got the Woman, the feminine energy, as I like to call it. Okay. So the Scythe is all about exactly what you would think, cutting something out of your life, something that's not working. It could be like a mindset that you're in. It could be that you need to move on to a new job because yours doesn't respect you or pay you enough. It could be that you're cutting a person out of your life, whether this is platonic or romantic. Something along those lines. It can talk about just sudden changes and endings. Then we've got the Crossroads here. Okay, so this is you standing at a crossroads saying, okay, I've cut this person, place, or thing out of my life. I've got to move forward. And maybe being at the crossroads has led to this, where you feel like you're stuck in life and you want to move forward, but you're not sure where to go next. And you've got to really just like hone in and focus on what you need to cut out of your life. All right. So there are multiple paths available to you, but you've been feeling stuck. This is going to be a major life choice this week, Virgo, whoever I'm talking to that this resonates with. Just make sure you don't have a fear of change, because that can accompany this Crossroads rune. But yeah, this is all about you proceeding forward. Just don't be fearful about what's ahead, right? I feel like a lot of people kind of get stuck at this crossroads and they never move forward. And then they just stay stuck. Don't get in that energy. Choose wisely is what I'd say. And cut out what's not working for you and then move forward. Now, with the Woman here, you could be a woman, you could be in your feminine energy, take whatever resonates, but this is all about like nurturing yourself. I think at the Empress with this rune. So it's about self-care and nurturing your home. So again, some of you could be moving. Healing is what this also can mean. Motherhood, abundance. So I feel like a lot of you are nurturing yourselves in a way. Like, what do I want? What's going to make me happy? Not what my family expects from me, not what my partner expects from me. This is more like, what's going to make me happy? What path do I need to take that serves my highest good? You know? Now, I'm not saying just like walk out and leave your, if you're in like a marriage and with kids or something, I'm not saying walk out and like leave them behind. That's not what I mean. It's like, what can you do to nurture yourself in your happiness? If you are stuck in a dead-end job, can you find something that makes you happy? Can you start a side hustle that makes you happy and will make you some extra money? At least you'll be doing what you want to do. You know, there's multiple options here, like I said. So Spirit wants you to really just hone in on what's not working in your life and cut that out. Tell me more about Virgo's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me about their week ahead, please. Ooh, that almost fell over. Okay, one more, please, for Virgo. Okay, nice. That was quick. First up, we've got the Lilies, card number 20. We've got the Park, card number 26. And then we've got the Ship, card number 16. Okay, so any of those numbers could mean something to you. What I'm seeing with this, though, like the Lilies talk about happy life. I mean, straight up, there's no way around that. They signify a virtuous life, a good life. And then with the Park, this can talk about you have a new love that's coming in soon. And if a lot of you already have like the love of your life, if you're already married to them, you're in a relationship, something along those lines, this could just mean that you have a new love coming in, as in like a new, maybe it's a new hobby, some sort of passion project. But this is something where it just feels like with the Lilies and the Park, life's going to be feeling a lot easier once you cut the crap from your life. I don't know what this is about, Virgo. Obviously, only you know that, but the Ship is moving on. Smoother sailing. It's like Six of Swords energy, like leaving behind obstacles and challenges and moving forward. It can also be a sign of riches and stability, and you could get wealth by inheritance, but it can also foretell traveling. So you know, we've got the crossroads there, talking about being on a new journey in life. This can be a literal or a figurative journey. Take whatever resonates for you. If some of you are sitting there going, no, I don't have any travel plans. This just means a figurative, like metaphorical journey. When you're at that crossroads and you've got the ship here, you're moving forward in some way, whatever way. But yeah, there is movement ahead. Tell me more about Virgo's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me more about Virgo's week ahead, please. Okay. Oh, wow. So we've got 5 of Swords. Then we've got 10 of Pentacles. Nice. Then we've got the World. So this is actually Capricorn energy. Can also be, it's Saturn energy, it's Capricorn, but it can also be Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, or Taurus. Why did I forget that for a second? Anyway, so those could be significant. So, whatever this is, you're determined to see it through, okay? This is all about you stepping onto a path where you are going to be leaving a legacy of some sort. You're doing this not only for yourself, but possibly for your future spouse or partner, or if you already have a spouse or partner, your kids, grandkids, great-grandkids. It's like leaving a legacy with that 10 of Pentacles. And this is going to be the end of a cycle. With this scythe in the World, this is like the end. Something major is shifting this week where you have to say goodbye. It's time for you to end this cycle. It's time for you to let go of things that are no longer working for you and free yourself, essentially. That's what it is. So you can be on this path where you know, it's interesting. We have the riches, you know, this is all about riches, and then the ship is all about riches, and then the lilies are about having a happy life, but so is the 10 of Pentacles, so it's all just coming together for you. So whatever this is, it's going to put you on a new path in a new direction that's going to lead to the ultimate rewards for you, the ultimate happiness, where you can build this legacy for yourself and future generations. And yeah, I see you just being really happy and wealthy and, you know, well into the future. And I love this for you. Again, World, ship here, travel. There's something here about traveling or movement forward, ending a cycle. So that's what I have for you, Virgo. Hopefully something that's ready to resonate. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture of the week ahead. And please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hello, Libra. Welcome to your weekly witch rune messages. So I'm going to be pulling 3 of these witch runes and seeing what messages come out for you. And then I'm going to be pulling some Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards, and then the Everyday Witch tarot mini cards, just to see what comes out for you. So, and I'm going to be pulling 3 of those each, just like I got 3 of the witch runes. Be sure to check your moon and rising sign to get a clear picture of what your week entails, okay? So, with that said, the first rune we have, I always want to read it like this, sideways, even though it's like this, but it's the eye, okay? So, the eye is, it's basically, I always think of the third eye, like following your intuition, and that's pretty much what it's about. It's like focusing on something, trusting your own power, psychic abilities, seeing things as they truly are. So yeah, I'm going to put that like there. And then we've got the romance rune. Okay, so this is exactly what it means. Partnerships, relationships, love, infatuation, like a soulmate bond or finding a soulmate. Could also mean that marriage is coming. It could also be like close friendships too. If a lot of you don't have love in your life, it could be that. It's just like a feeling of mutual admiration, mutual love. And then we've got the woman, or as I like to call it, the feminine energy, the feminine rune. And this is like the Empress in tarot. So it's all about self-care and nurturing, the home, motherhood, caring for someone else, creativity and passion, healing. I'm trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, it's like abundance, essentially. It's like nurturing, self-care, abundance. Yeah. So there seems to be something that you are focused on this week. Now, it could have to do with romance. It could have to do with self-care. It could have to do with a woman or a feminine energy. Okay. Now, this could be anyone. Because that romance rune can, like I said, it can just mean like a close bond with someone, a close friendship. So it doesn't have to be, even though it's called the romance, it actually can just mean like having a deep love for someone, even if it is platonic. So you could be dealing with a feminine energy this week that you care deeply about, okay? And this could be a mother figure with that energy, that feminine energy. It could also be someone that you have a romantic relationship with. I'm sure my camera's gonna, maybe I should move these back down until I get the cards. See if it'll focus. There we go. Okay. And there's something here about trusting your intuition with that eye. And whether it's like a trusting your intuition about a romantic partnership, trusting your intuition about a platonic connection. I don't know what it's saying to trust your intuition on or to focus in on when it comes to this energy. It's like finding the truth, essentially. Sometimes I see this as like the High Priestess meets the Ace of Swords. So getting clarity on something, getting to the heart of the matter. Let's find out some more. Tell me more, Spirit, about what's happening for Libra this week. Awesome. Okay. First up, we've got number 40, wine. That's always a good thing, isn't it? Then we've got number 47, the bride. Oh, that's interesting because the romance rune can mean that marriage is coming or finding a soulmate. And then we've got number 15, the letter. All right. So, wine is about cheerfulness and having a good time. Think about like Three of Cups energies. Friends getting together. Just maybe you're getting with some girlfriends or something, or guy friends. But there's something here about feminine energy that's heavy. So maybe you're getting together with friends, loved ones, celebrating something. If this is in the realm of romance, maybe some of you are celebrating an engagement. Like I said, it can mean marriage is coming. Maybe you are going out for drinks with someone. Maybe you have a date. But we do have the bride here. So the bride talks about if you're single, you're going to basically reach like a high level of fulfillment. Okay? Especially in your love life. So I do see that. Some of you could be attending a wedding, or you're going to be hearing about somebody getting engaged, or somebody's going to set a date for a wedding. You could be getting an invitation to a wedding with the letter here. Or you could be sending out invitations to your own wedding with that here. And the letter is exactly what you think. It's like a sign of good tidings, good news, hearing from someone. You know, it's a form of communication. You could be having some unexpected good fortune. But there's just some cause of celebration here. Something you're focused on this week related to romance and connections, or just some deep bonds that you have. Like I said, it could just be like you're throwing a party. Maybe some of you are having like an engagement party. Maybe some of you, because you just found out somebody got engaged. Maybe some of you are having a bachelor or bachelorette party. I don't know, there's something here about a lot of celebration and having a good time, but that eye is giving me, I can't describe it. There's something different about this, because it's like seeing things clearly for what they are, but it sounds more ominous. Maybe it's just talking about a lot of focus this week, like focus on, like if you are hosting a party or you're sending out wedding invitations, or you've got some other planning you have to do. There's something here about you being really honed in and focused on that. Tell me more about Libra's week ahead, Spirit. What does Libra need to know? Okay. Eight of Swords. 10 of Cups. Make sure you can see those. And then we've got Queen of Cups. Okay. So, that's interesting. Yeah, there's something... It's interesting to me because she's blindfolded. She's having to trust her intuition. Like, she's creating this, I don't know, like a self-imposed prison, but it's a prison of the mind. Like, she's not actually imprisoned. Maybe there's some worry involved. I keep feeling there's this energy of like hesitation or something feeling slightly off, and that's definitely coming through because 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups is amazing energy, especially with these other cards and runes. So I'm trying to figure out what the energy is with this and this. It's like maybe somebody's fearful of major change or nervous that something isn't going to pan out the way they had hoped, because that's like self-limiting beliefs. But maybe it's Spirit's way of saying, get real. Like, you're focusing on the wrong things, and see them, like, see everything for what it truly is. It's not that bad. You're just creating this sort of mental prison for yourself, when in reality you've got, you know, the bride, you've got the 10 of Cups, you've got children here. This Queen of Cups is actually pregnant as well. So there's something here about, you know, having a good time. You can see they're out on a picnic. And then we've got, you know, like the wine bottles here and the glasses. I don't know. There's something about like being outdoors and having a good time. But just this energy here, there's something to watch out for. Just try not to, because you are an air sign, try not to get in your head too much and overthink things. I think there's a message here about being more confident, standing in your power, because that's what that rune can mean. And just focus on having fun. Don't focus on what could go wrong or anything else that might like weigh the whole event or situation down, because all of these other cards are so amazing. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for you, Libra. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture of the week ahead for you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Hello, Scorpio. Let's go ahead and jump in. I'm going to be pulling 3 of these witch runes, then we're getting 3 of the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards, and then 3 of the Everyday Witch tarot mini cards. So let's go ahead and see what is going to be coming out for you this week. What are your messages? Okay. Let's go ahead and scoop that right there. So the first one up is the moon. Very similar to the moon in tarot. Then we've got the crossroads. I feel like almost everybody has gotten the crossroads tonight. Everybody's at a crossroads, right? And then we've got the waves. Interesting that you've got the moon and the waves, because the moon controls the oceans, right? The waves, the tides. Okay. You are confused at this point in your life. So the moon being similar to basically the tarot card, the moon, it talks about like long-term changes, but they can be slow changes, okay? Like gradual, it's taking a long time to get to this point kind of changes. But it can also talk about like the imagination, things that are hidden and secretive, right up your alley, right, Scorpio? But it's also feminine energy, because the moon in astrology is the mother, and it talks about emotions. So sometimes it can be like hidden emotions or feelings. Yeah, it can talk about like a woman or women in your life. It can talk about the cycles, like cyclical events or situations. Yeah. With the crossroads, it's exactly what you think it is. Standing at a crossroads, you've got multiple directions you could be pulled in at the same time. So This comes down to, because you have so many paths available to you, you're going to have to choose one. And that may be where the confusion is coming in with the moon and the waves. It's like you've got some major life decisions ahead, and you may feel like you're not confident enough to pick one of these paths and then charge forward, you know? There's like a fear here with all this. It's like a fear of change, or a fear of choosing the wrong path. You could also, because we do have the moon here with this crossroads, it could be like an emotional or spiritual blockage, or you feel like there's one, and maybe you're trying to trust your intuition on which direction to go, and you feel like you're blocked. You might need to do some cleansing rituals, like take a salt bath, cleanse that energy, you know? But it could also be a physical obstacle, and that will be different for everyone. Maybe there's something like you need to go down a new path, but you don't have the money, okay? So you're trying to save up money to move to a different location, to get a job, or something like that. Or you've tried to apply to jobs in a different location to get out of the situation you're in, but you haven't heard back, or you've gotten rejected. There's something like a blockage that's happening here, all right? So I feel like with the waves, it's like you've been going with the flow for a while, but that going with the flow hasn't gotten you to where you need or want to be, okay? Because of that, you have this feeling like, oh well, things are a bit out of my control. And I feel like Scorpios love control. So this might be causing some agitation with you. You might feel like there's some high emotions going on between the moon, because again, moon controls the waves, controls the tide. So there can be a bit of, it's like unclear direction, unclear answers on which direction you should go. Or you're feeling a bit confused, or maybe even insecure about the path forward. So, oof, of course Scorpio has got the deepest reading so far. Why am I not surprised? Okay, let me get some Gypsy Witch messages and we'll see what comes out. I think it's going to come down to you really trusting your intuition, Scorpio. You are a water sign, so this is all about tapping into that intuition and trusting that you're going to be headed in the right direction. But I think you trying to figure out which direction that actually is, which is the correct one, that has you confused and maybe a bit frustrated and aggravated. Tell me more about Scorpio's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me about Scorpio's week ahead. What's happening for Scorpio in the week ahead? Okay. We've got number 27, the dog. Is it going to focus? There we go. We've got number 30, the rod. Okay. And then we've got number 25, the clouds. There's that confusion. So the dog, this is interesting. The dog can talk about it can talk about loyalty. So it can talk about like true friendship, or if you're in a relationship, somebody being loyal to you. However, I'm looking at this and the clouds. The clouds can cause issues. The clouds are like confusion, a bit of mystery, again, like the moon energy. However, when it's near like the dog, it can talk about enemies you wouldn't suspect, okay? You know, typically the dog is like people who are loyal, people who have your back, especially friends. But then you might have, with these two together, it might be like frenemies, okay? That's interesting. With all this moon energy in the clouds and stuff, it's like you don't see this. The rod is actually talking about family arguments. Nobody wants to hear that, I know. So there may be something here about with the way you're trying to move forward, other people don't like it. And they're going to tell you they don't like it. Even though it's not their path to take, it's yours and yours alone. There's something here about they're going to be voicing their opinions about this. And yeah, this feels like something where it's almost like, you know, you feel a bit out of control. Feels like others could be trying to control your life. I'm also picking up that some of you could be going through a divorce. And like your family and maybe your spouse's or future ex's family doesn't approve either. And they think you two should just work things out. But you are second guessing. They've got you second guessing whether you should go down that new path or not. Maybe that's why you're feeling confused. That's not for everybody, obviously. But for others of you, it feels like some sort of shakeup. What I could see is like, you've lived in the same town. This is just one example of many. You've lived in the same town like your entire life. You've decided you're tired of that town. You're going to get a job in another city or town far away. And you're going to move. And everybody's like, what? What do you mean you're going to move? Like, all of our family's here. All of your friends are here. Are you sure that's what you want to do? It's like a gaslighting sort of energy. And then people you thought who were loyal to you are suddenly these people who are enemies. I don't know how else to... frenemies, I guess. Enemies. People who don't have your back. And then that leaves you confused, like, oh, well, am I making the right choice? I mean, all of these people that I've been so close to, who are loyal to me, are saying that I'm making the wrong choice. Again, that's just one example. It could be anything. Take it however it resonates. But yeah, there's something here about watch your back. You need to get clear about what it is you want, and don't let anybody tell you you can't have what it is that you want. If you're wanting to go down a new path, you need to hone in, get focused about whatever this is. And if you're serious about it, go for it. Don't worry about what these people are saying. Tell me more about Scorpio's week ahead, Spirit. Otherwise, you're going to stay stuck and miserable, Scorpio. Oh my God. The devil. Yep. Capricorn energy. Yep. I'm telling you, there's something toxic here. And it feels like the people who are closest to you, now for some of you, if it's not that, if you're like, I don't really have any family or friends, it could be your mindset, okay? It could be that you are talking yourself out of doing this because you're afraid. You're afraid of change, you're afraid of transformation, or afraid of that things might not work out and the grass may not be greener on the other side. So there's something here about watch your thoughts, but also, you know, if other people are trying to tempt you to stay put, or telling you that things, your goal, wish, or dream, those things you want so badly aren't going to work out, then you need to realize that they are just toxic. There's no other way around it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've got Seven of Cups. There's that crossroads energy. It's like you have all of these options. There's another sign that got this earlier, and I can't remember who it was. Could have been like Taurus or something. I don't know. But there's something here about where you have all of these options available to you, all these new paths to take, and you can't seem to decide. It's like you can't ground yourself to be able to take one of these ideas or one of these paths and like ground it into reality. It's like a very daydreamy kind of energy. Like right now you're just thinking about doing it, but you haven't solidified anything. Then we've got Six of Swords. So this is travel energy. This is moving on, overcoming obstacles and challenges that have held you back and kept you stuck. In one of the decks I have, I love the imagery because typically we only see the boat and the Six of Swords like moving away in the traditional tarot. We don't see what's behind the boat, like where the people just came from. And in that deck, I can't remember which deck it is right now. It might be one of my like angel tarot decks, but anyway, you can see the shore that they just left from, and it looks like a dark cloud is hanging over it. So for a lot of you, you might have felt like there's been a dark cloud hanging over you, and it could be in the form of people who you thought were loyal to you and they aren't. It could be that dark cloud is a mental dark cloud, okay? Whatever it is, or whoever it is, you're going to have to overcome that. You're going to have to get yourself out of that devil energy, or get away from that devil energy, so you can get into the Six of Swords energy and push yourself forward, because you have multiple paths you could be taking, and they're not being chosen right now. I feel like Spirit is gently nudging you in a new direction, but you're going to have to get clear about what direction that actually is. And that may be difficult for some of you, but I feel like if you really sit with yourself for a while and, you know, be honest, be truthful, and say, what do I really want? What's going to make me happy in the long run, despite what everybody else says, you're going to figure it out. Those are the messages I have for you, Scorpio, for this week. It's pretty heavy reading. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. Let me know in the comments below if it did. I'd love to hear from you. Please also check your moon and rising sign to get a fuller picture of the week ahead for you. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be pulling a few of these witch runes, and then we're going to be getting 3 of the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards, and then I'm going to be getting 3 of the Everyday Witch Tarot mini deck. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what you've got coming in this week. Move this up here. So the first one up is the Romance. Okay. Then we've got the Rings. Interesting. And then we've got the Harvest. Okay. So the Romance talks about exactly what you would think it talks about. Romance, love, infatuation, relationships, partnerships. It can also talk about, like, if you're not in a romantic connection, it can talk about close friendships, feeling loved, but it can also talk about finding a soulmate and getting married soon. I'm just putting it out there because we also have the rings here. And this can be talking about, you know, like getting engaged or getting married, but the way it's typically read is that there could be 2 or more people involved. So like we have the major ring in the center, right? And then the 2 smaller rings on the outside. So this can talk about forming bonds between 2 people, 2 subjects, 2 other things in your life. There's something about 2 different things here. It can be talking about romantic partners, friendships. So these are kind of similar in a lot of ways. But this can also talk about like forming a new bond with someone, but it can also talk about breaking an old bond with someone, like letting someone go. So it's all about connections and circumstances that involve other people. Okay. The Harvest, I always think of the Harvest as like 7 of Pentacles meets the 8 of Pentacles, because it's talking about putting in the hard work and dedication, waiting patiently for something to happen, and then you reap the rewards. You receive the fruits of your labor. It's talking about good fortune. It can talk about like self-employment. I probably throw in the 9 of Pentacles with that too as well, since it's talking about abundance and prosperity. It's also about receiving good karma, and it's really just about believing in what you're capable of. Okay, so it's like, you know, if you can push yourself to, I don't know, to start a business, or, I don't know, put yourself out there dating more than one person, finding someone you have a sacred bond with, right? Romantic partnership. It's like that reward is going to pay off. You're going to get exactly what you put into something. It's like an equal give and take. So it's time to reap those rewards. Let's find out what the Gypsy Oracle cards have to say. What's happening for Sagittarius this week, Spirit? Be sure to check your moon and rising sign as well, Sagittarius. Get the full picture of what's happening for you this week. Okay. First up, we've got number 22, the Book. Then we've got number 9, the Birds. Then we've got number 7, the Bouquet of Flowers. So, The book is interesting because I always think of, it's like receiving knowledge or receiving like a spiritual download, but it can also talk about discovering, how can I put this? It's like discovering some sort of mystery, or I don't know, something that's hidden that's been affecting you. I don't know how else to describe it. Like, let me think of a scenario. It would be like, because this has to do with like intellect and mental awareness. Let me put it this way. It could be, let's say, you are watching other people, because we have the romance and bonds here, or the rings, sorry. Think about bonds, but you've watched other people get good karma. You've watched other people get their relationships, and then you can't figure out why you're not getting a relationship, why you're not finding your person. There's something deeper with the book. It's like you're going to discover what is actually affecting you that's causing an issue in your life. And that it doesn't have to be with romance or connections or anything like that. It could be something else. Maybe you have trouble making money and you're like, let me dive deeper into this. Why and do I have trouble making money, and everybody else seems to have their career taking off and I can't seem to make any money and I'm just not doing well. I'm in a lot of debt, and you know, just something like that. So it could be that you're getting to the root. It's almost like shadow work. You're getting to the root of the issue and saying, okay, I've got to change a few things. So I do see that happening for you. So the birds can talk about something being sent your way. All right. So this can talk about like a series of bad luck, things not working out in your favor. You might actually have a lot of enemies as well. When I think of this card, this is going to sound kind of weird, but when I think of this card, have you ever heard people say, I've got little birdies everywhere? Kind of like I've got eyes and ears everywhere. For some reason, that's what I think of when I see this card. So it feels like you might have people watching you. I'm not trying to make you paranoid, by the way. Or you have some sort of enemies. Now, because it's next to the flowers, the bouquet of flowers here, you actually have a chance to avert an evil spell. I know that sounds pretty far-fetched, right? But that's actually what this can mean. If somebody's sending you like evil eye, if they have tried to send like black magic your way, any sort of dark spell work, you have a chance to avert that. Because the flowers indicate like a long and happy life. Okay? So there's some deeper messages going on here, Sagittarius. You've got a lot going on this week. So, I don't know. It feels like you're getting to the root of a problem in your life. Simultaneously, you're trying to avoid any issues with other people, mainly your enemies. Maybe do a cleansing ritual as well to keep that evil spell at bay. But you do have a good outcome. I love that you have the harvest rune with the bouquet of flowers, because it's like you're reaping the rewards of your hard work. Everything's starting to pay off. Then you're going to have a long and happy life. Like, I don't know. That's pretty good to me. Tell me more about Sagittarius this week ahead. Some of you could have been feeling stuck and stagnant, but you're ready to move forward. You've had your fair share of being stuck and stagnant. There's that Four of Cups, stuck and stagnant energy. Let me push these up a little bit. And you've got the Knight of Swords, Gemini energy here. And then you've got Seven of Swords. There's that enemy energy. Somebody's sneaking around, doing something they shouldn't be doing. Again, I feel like somebody could have it out for you. Some of you could be having a lot of headaches lately. That could be a sign that you've had a hex or something put on you. Again, I would be doing Return to Cinder spell, or doing like a salt cleanse, salt bath, and matching all of that like dark energy leaving you, going down the drain with the water. For others of you, I see some of you drinking too much because you're depressed, you're feeling really down and out, I do feel like you're going to, like I said, you're going to get to the root of the issue. Like, what's going on? Why are you feeling this way? Because you do have success coming. And it could be because somebody's trying to hex you and make you feel like shit. I mean, there's no other way around it. I saw 11:11 on the timer as soon as I said that. So I feel like you are going to just cut through this BS and you're going to actually move forward. You may even figure out who this sneaky person is, who this little birdie is. What's interesting, I just realized, is we've got the birds card here, and then we've got all of these birds around this guy. The other cards don't have that. So that's definitely double confirmation. For some reason, this makes me think of the Wizard of Oz. I know she sends out monkeys, but there's a point in the movie where it actually looks like birds because the monkeys have wings, and that's what it makes me think of, flying monkeys. Sagittarius, you've got to really cleanse your energy. Do a return to sender, light a white candle for cleansing or a black candle to return to sender and protection, because this feels really like heavy. Like I said, though, you're going to come out of it and you're going to, you know, receive a lot of prosperity and success, but I think it's going to require you to get out of this Four of Cups energy, okay? I think once you solve this mystery, like with the book, once you solve this mystery of what's keeping you held back, what's preventing you from accomplishing what you want, then you're going to be able to move forward with ease. So those are the messages I have for you, Sagittarius, for this week. I hope something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture of what's happening in the week ahead. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, Capricorn. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be pulling 3 of these witch runes for your week ahead. We're also going to be getting some Gypsy Witch fortune-telling cards. Then I'm going to be pulling 3 of the Everyday Witch Tarot mini cards. So we'll find out what's going on with you. Alright, move this over here. We've got the moon. Very similar to the moon in tarot. We've got the rings. And then we've got the eye. Actually, it should be like that, but there. Okay. Interesting. So the moon talks about, like I said, very similar to tarot. It can talk about things that are hidden, things that have been kept a secret. It is feminine energy, or like mother energy, because the moon in astrology represents the mother. It can talk about long-term changes that have been taking way too long for movement to happen. So you could be also transitioning from one thing to another, because this can talk about cyclical energy. And then we've got the rings here. So this can talk about bonds forming. It can talk about friendships, partnerships, relationships, whatever you want to call it. Just connections with other people, places, or things. It can also be like a bond between 2 subjects. Like the middle big ring would be your energy, and the 2 smaller rings on the outside would be other things you're involved with, whether that's work, whether it's friendship, whether it's romantic partnership, something along those lines. This can also talk about like a new bond is forming, an old bond is leaving your life. Take it if it resonates. It's not for everybody, but yeah, there's something where you could be combining a couple of different things, or you could be juggling a couple of different things. I always think of like 2 of Pentacles. So you could be having like a main job and a side hustle. There's something here where it's like 2 Pentacles, 3 Pentacles energy. Then we've got the eye. So the eye is all about, I think of the third eye, the intuition, psychic abilities. I think of focusing on something. There's something important that you need to put all of your time and attention on, perhaps. But it can also talk about having power and confidence, and also finding out the truth of a situation. I always feel like this is the High Priestess meets the Ace of Swords, okay? So it's like cutting through any BS, seeing things for what they truly are, maybe getting the truth of a situation. Okay, let's put these up here. Tell me more about Capricorn's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me more about Capricorn's week ahead. Interesting. Okay. First up, we've got number 37, the rape years. That's interesting. We've got number 12, the children. And number 1, the sun. Interesting, we got sun and moon energy here. Okay. So, you could be having some sort of argument, fight. I'm hearing tiff with someone, because this talks about like a duel, right? That's what they used to do back in the day. There could have been some sort of like, I don't know. I'm hearing pressure is building. So there could have been someone you don't get along with, like say at work. It could be family members. It could be with your partner. It could be with, you know, anyone really. But there's something about pressure's building. It's going to blow over. It's going to turn into an argument or some sort of fight. And I feel like it needs to happen, unfortunately, just to get it over with. And that could be that bond. I said something about, you know, a new bond could be forming while another one's being cut out or is breaking, and that could be the breaking point. Okay, we've got the children here, so this talks about friendly disposition, gentleness. Actually talks about kids, right? So it's like 6 of Cups kind of energy. We also have the sun here. You know, the sun in tarot also has a child as well, so you could be spending time with your children this week. Maybe your children have extracurricular activities going on, some sort of events, plays, something, rehearsals for something. That is on the board here. If not, maybe somebody's bringing out your inner child. Maybe you're bringing it out in yourself. Maybe you're doing things that make you feel like a kid again. Maybe you're going back to some hobbies, say like painting, drawing, writing, something along those lines where, you know, it makes you feel like a kid again. And that's bringing you a lot of happiness. So with the sun, that's exactly, it's just like the sun card in tarot. Happiness and popularity. So I feel like this is just a blip. It's been building up, I think. And I think this is what the eye is about. It's about seeing things for what they truly are. You're seeing somebody possibly in a new light because we've got the bond here with the rings. But with these two, it's like, okay, I see you clearly now. I see your true colors, you know? So, that is coming through strongly, Capricorn. But just take whatever resonates, you know? Maybe a lot of you are like, I'm not about to fight somebody. I get along with everybody. Well, that's great. Good for you. But I also feel with the moon there, too, it can talk about things that are hidden or mysterious or secretive. So it may be too, because card is coming out underneath the moon, some of you don't even know that this is about to happen. You don't see this coming, is what I mean. Alright, tell me more about Capricorn's week ahead, Spirit. Tell me more about Capricorn's week ahead. That is interesting. Very interesting. Tell me, give me one more. There we go. Oh, wow. Yeah, there's definitely going to be conflict. Okay. We've got 2 of Swords. This is interesting because what does that look like? 2 of Swords? Yeah. Yeah. We've got... And this one has the bullseye. Like she's trying to hit the mark, but she's doing it blindfolded. Interesting. Again, don't see this coming. We've got 5 of Wands. Conflict, drama, competition. Then 9 of Wands. It's like you're on your last leg. So So again, this could be, you knew that this was coming. It's been coming for a long time. You've been frustrated. You've been ready to give up on whatever this is. But I feel like it needs to be dealt with. Like, you need to get it out of the way. With the Nine of Wands, you know, you're one step closer to being at the end of this road, whatever this is. I am picking up a message for some of you because we have that children coming out, that this could be like a legal battle. Even though we don't have justice here, this could be like you going to court and fighting somebody for visitation or child support or something like that. But again, that's not for everybody. For others of you, I feel like with this Five of Wands here, and even the rest of the cards, it just feels like it could be some sort of energy where there's a group setting. This could be with coworkers especially, okay? It almost feels like, too, with this Two of Swords, like they're trying to hit a mark, like bullseye, got Capricorn where I want them. So I feel like if you can be as diplomatic as possible with this energy, do so. Because again, with the eye, you're going to see things for what they are. You're going to see things more clearly. Like, oh, okay, so that's their true colors. Alright, so that's how they want to treat me. Okay, I got you. It's not the best energy, but you are going to come out on top with the children and with the sun here. So there is going to be happiness on the other side of this. Okay? So, Capricorn, those are the messages I have for you for this week. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture of what's happening in the week ahead. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, Aquarius. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be pulling 3 of these witch runes, and then I'm going to be pulling 3 of the Gypsy Witch fortune-telling cards, and then I'm going to be getting 3 of the Everyday Witch Tarot mini cards. So let's see what you've got. I'm going to be putting this right up here. So first up, we've got the Flight. This is air energy, so it's interesting that you got that. Then we've got the Harvest, and then we've got the Sun. Alright, so with the Flight energy, also if you hear snoring in the background, that's my dog. With the Flight energy, that's all about communication. It's about travel, I think, actually flying in a plane. But it can also talk about cars and boats, trains. It's about swift communication. It can also be about like the spread of information, especially via like social media, the news, networking. It's like word of mouth, traveling fast. I'm thinking like 8 of Wands with this rune. Okay, this can also symbolize going viral because a lot of people are talking about it, right? And so a lot of you, this could be the case because you also have the Harvest rune and the Sun here. The Harvest is about reaping the rewards for your hard work. Okay, it's about abundance and prosperity. It's like the fruits of your labor. It's also good for self-employment. So if some of you have started your own business or you work for yourself in some capacity, then this is the perfect rune for you. And then it's also a rune of like good karma. Like you've reaped the rewards of, you know, all the good that you put out, you're getting back, okay? The Sun is very similar to the Sun card in Tarot. So this talks about happiness. It talks about success, healing, good news. And we just talked about the news here with the Flight rune. So this can talk about, you know, things balancing out in your favor, making a good decision. It could be the start of something new that's really good in your life. So, I love this so far, Aquarius. This might be one of the best readings I've done tonight. So, let's see what the Gypsy Witch fortune-telling deck has in store for you. Move these up. Okay. What's happening for Aquarius this week, Spirit? Good things, I'm sure. Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay, give me one more, please. Okay, nice. First up, we've got the Order, number 45. We've got the Dog, number 27. And then we've got the Key, number 4. Awesome. Okay. So the Order here talks about like honor and recognition of labor. Oh my God. It's literally what we just talked about. It's like I'm psychic or something. The Flight and the Harvest and the Sun all talk about, especially Harvest and Flight, talk about that word of mouth and social media and going viral, and Harvest talks about the fruits of your labor, right? So this is exactly what I was talking about. So you're going to be recognized for something, or you're going to go viral, something along those lines. The Dog is about loyalty, okay? Typically, I think of like loyal family, loyal friends, a loyal partner. But if you are going viral and you're gaining like viewers, like I hate saying fans, but like maybe fans, maybe you are getting fans, maybe readers, maybe, I don't know, just people who admire whatever it is you're doing, they can be the loyal ones, okay? So there's something here about loyalty to you. And then we've got, I notice we also have 2 4s back to back. This happened in another reading. I can't remember. It wasn't the Dog and the Key though. It was 2 other 4 cards. That's interesting. 4s talk about stability. So again, with the abundance, the stability, the prosperity coming in. The Key talks about success, unlocking new doors, unlocking a new path in your life, okay? This is a very straightforward reading, Aquarius, honestly. Some of you could be getting keys to a new home. Could be getting an apartment, buying a house, a new vehicle. Maybe some of you need to purchase a new car or truck or SUV, something. Okay. And someone watching is going to be getting, like, someone has a dog I'm picking up, but also you might be purchasing a property that has more land, so like your dog can run more freely. I don't know why I'm randomly picking that up, but that's coming through as a message. Alright, tell me more about Aquarius's week ahead, Spirit. What does Aquarius need to know about their week ahead? What does Aquarius need to know about their week ahead? What does Aquarius need to know about their week ahead? Well, that's interesting. We've got Page of Pentacles. So the start of something solid and secure and new, right? Pages are newness. They're messengers, bringing in that stability. And, you know, I feel like you could have had a couple of different paths to take with this, but you chose the right one. And you're going to be receiving some sort of honor and recognition for it as well. We've got Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. Also, Page of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Then we've got King of Swords, your energy, Aquarius energy. There's something here about you chasing after a dream. This could have been a dream that you've had for a long time. For a lot of you, I feel like you've just persevered with something. You've tried to be as logical as possible and cut out anything that wasn't serving your highest good and just follow your heart, okay? I know that can be hard for you because you're an Aquarius and you're always in your head, you're one of the air signs, but I feel like in this instance, whatever this is, whatever you're reaping the rewards for, you have chased something that you love to do. Or, you know, I don't feel like, even though we have Knight of Cups here, I don't feel love in this reading. Sorry if that's what you were looking for. This feels like you have a goal, wish, or dream that you have been pursuing for a long time. Maybe some of you have felt like you've been stuck at a sort of crossroads in your life and not sure which direction to take. But I feel like you've been on the right path. It's just that there's nothing that's been on that path along the way to show you that you have been on the right path, if that makes sense. It's almost like you've been traveling on this long journey and there there haven't been any rest stops along the way. So you just kept pushing forward and pushing forward and pushing forward, and finally something happened. Something where you get recognized for your achievements, and you're feeling accomplished, and word of mouth is traveling quickly about you. So yeah, there's something here about you just staying true to yourself and never giving up, and it's about to pay off big time. So I love this for you, Aquarius. Probably one of the most straightforward readings I've had with all the other zodiac signs tonight. But yeah, hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign for a fuller picture of the week ahead and what's happening for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, Pisces. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to be shaking up these wish runes. I'm going to be selecting 3 of these, and then we're going to get 3 of the Gypsy Witch fortune telling playing cards, and then 3 of the Everyday Witch tarot mini cards. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. Scoot this out of the way. We've got, oh wow, we've got the Star. Okay, this is a lot like the Star in the tarot deck. So then we've got the Man. I also call this the masculine because it doesn't have to be a man. It could be, it's just the masculine energy. Then we've got the Sun, again, like the Sun card in tarot, very similar. Okay, so what I'm seeing for you, something that you're doing, you're putting yourself out there. I mean, the Man is like the Emperor energy. So Star, Emperor, Sun, this is like putting yourself out there in a leadership position, having the courage to go after something and take action, empowering yourself, having a lot of confidence and finding your inner strength. And then it's going to like pay off, because the Star is exactly what you think. It's like being true to yourself, but you've had faith, you've had hope the whole time. You're trying to accomplish some goal, wish, or dream, or manifest it, and it's finally happening. You are feeling more, you're feeling freer from your troubles or anything, any obstacles that have been in your path, right? But it can talk about goal being reached, a wish coming true, a happy ending inside, the light at the end of the tunnel. However you want to word that, that's what the Star rune means. So with the Sun, it's pretty much the same. Again, it's the Sun card. It's like the start of something new and exciting, successful, lots of happiness, making a good decision about something. It can talk about, with these two, the Star and the Sun, it can talk about like healing as well. So maybe some of you have been focused on your health and well-being and trying to do better with that. But this can also talk about good news. Yeah, it's just like a positive, I don't know, it's like a positive moment in your life. It's going to be also a positive end to something. So if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant, if something hasn't been working out in your favor, or you perceived it to not be working out in your favor. Maybe things are happening behind the scenes. That's how manifestation works, right? This is a good omen. So let's get some Gypsy Witch cards and see what comes out for you. Push these up a little bit, out of the way. All right, Spirit, tell me more about Pisces week ahead. What's happening for Pisces in the week ahead? What does Pisces need to know? Interesting. I don't think I've ever gotten that card. So this should be should be interesting. Okay. What is Pisces? What's happening for Pisces in the week ahead, Spirit? What is happening for Pisces in the week ahead? Okay. Interestingly, I just looked at the bottom of the deck and it's had the coffin on there, which is basically like the death card. So it's like I just said something is ending, but it's like a positive ending. This is the card I've never gotten. This is the snake, number 13. And if you can guess correctly that it means somebody around you is a snake, you've got this. You're good, you know? Because that's exactly what it means. I could talk about an enemy, or people trying to, I don't know, people trying to stab you in the back, people trying to slow you down, creating Unnecessary obstacles. We've got the fish. Of course, Pisces would get the fish card. Number 17. So with this, just beware. And on top of that, we've also got the fox, number 11. This is another card where it's like, beware of acquaintances who are seeking to betray you. Literally what it says on the card. There's some sort of distrust here. So it's interesting that you have all these successful runes. It's like you could be stepping into the spotlight. It's like a spotlight's on you with the star and the sun. It's like high beams right on you. You got everything going for you. And here comes some snakes, some little foxes, trying to destroy your happiness and success. As always, there's always somebody, right? But this could be more than one person because we have a snake and a fox here. So it feels like people you know, acquaintances, are actually enemies and they want to slow you down. They don't want to see you happy and successful. And then we've got the fish here. The fish is actually good. The fish is about riches. It can also be like gaining riches through stocks. So if some of you are into the stock market, that's the card for you. What's interesting is these cards also represent like being in your head, creating self-limiting beliefs that turn into self-fulfilling prophecy, right? It makes me think that somebody is trying to control your mind. Now, some of you could have somebody trying to do dark magic on you. They're trying to control your mind. They're trying to prevent you from thinking that you have what it takes to actually step into this spotlight, okay? And yeah, there's something here about like you feeling stuck, whether that's in your mind or physically. And then you have this new opportunity that you absolutely love. And here they come, trying to prevent that from happening. Tell me more about Pisces week ahead, Spirit. Tell me more about Pisces week ahead. Okay. We've got the Two of Cups first up. Interesting. This could also be, you know, this could be going on a date. This could be finding a romantic partner. Maybe you're already with someone. You're going out with them. This could also be, oh my God. We've got the Sun card, Leo energy. And then we've got Knight of Swords, Gemini energy. This could also be this Two of Cups, like a business partnership. Okay? It's like a meeting of the minds, right? So, interesting that came out. That's just a little side message because I wasn't picking up any like romance, but that is a side message for somebody out there. And for some of you, maybe you're just going out with a friend. Maybe you are celebrating. Like if you are having a major success, you are going out, you're celebrating with someone, having a nice little dinner. Yeah. Then we've got the Sun here. We've got the Sun rune and the Sun card. Again, happiness, success. You can see on this card though there are 3 women dancing around. So again, like I said, it feels like you could be celebrating with other people. It doesn't have to be a romantic date. It could be that with these 2 cards you're going out with friends. You're going out for drinks. You're like, we got to go celebrate, you know? But for others of you, you do have a date set up soon, and it could be with a masculine because we did have that rune come out, okay? And then we got the Knight of Swords. This is like cutting through any BS, charging full steam ahead on whatever it is you're working on, whatever's worked out for you, this success, this major success that you have coming in. What's interesting is, I think it was Aquarius who got this card. No, it was Capricorn, I think. And they also got the Birds card with the Gypsy Oracle cards. And I told them that this card makes me think of that part in Wizard of Oz where the Wicked Witch sends the monkeys out and the monkeys can fly, right? It's like flying monkeys. That's what they kind of look like birds from afar, right? And it looks like this guy's like cutting through all the birds. And I think it was Capricorn. I told Capricorn that the Birds card in the Gypsy Witch is actually not a good card. It's talking about kind of like that old saying, I have little birdies everywhere. Or they have little birdies everywhere. It's like I have eyes and ears everywhere. So it's like people watching you and reporting back to someone. That's what this makes me think of. for some reason, because it came out in Capricorn's reading that way. And because you have the fox and the snake here, it makes me think that you're trying to cut through, like somebody has sent all these little birds to screw with you and try to stop you from shining your light, essentially, and being happy and reveling in your success. And you are like, nah, forget that. Look at his face. He's like angry. He's like, F them. I'm just gonna cut through all of them and full steam ahead, you know? I'm putting the blinders on. Forget them. I'm doing me. I'm successful. They can't stop me. This is like the fastest moving knight in the deck, right? So that's what I'm seeing for you for this week, Pisces. Hopefully something in this reading resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Please check your moon and rising sign to get a fuller picture of the week ahead and what's happening for you. And thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.